Welcome to the Fancy Nancy Book Club. Oh, it's good to see some old friends out there and some new ones too. Thank you for joining us as we talk about books, my favorite thing, reading words. Well, I do have a lot of favorite things, but reading is definitely one of them. I've been going to school, and I hope you have enjoyed your beginning of school too. You know, school can be just wonderful, and with friends and activities and learning new things. But sometimes, even in the happiest of situations, that's a fancy word, even in the happiest of situations, there can be things that bother us. Problems that even we kids can have. So today, I thought we would look at some friends in our books that have had some concerns or problems and see what they did to solve them. Let's get started. Remember our old friend Katie Wu? She has a whole series of books, and she's been on the book club before. Well, as I was in the library, I found a book that showed me that Katie Wu had a problem one time with people teasing her. Actually, it was one boy teasing her. And you can see on the front, he's making a face at Katie Wu, and she doesn't look very happy. You know, Katie Wu was very excited about the starting of school. She had her new outfit and her new things with her. And then, wouldn't you know it, someone tripped her. And it was this guy right here named Roddy. And then when she fell in the mud and got hurt, he called her crybaby for crying. That's really bothering Katie. And if it was just one time, it might not be so bad. But at lunch, he teases her because she gets something on her face, and he calls her goopy face. Katie is so unhappy about this, she doesn't even want to go to school. Maybe you've had a problem that made you not want to go to school either. Well, that's how Katie is feeling. What is she going to do about Roddy? He just won't stop. She tries almost everything she knows. She talks to her friend, and her friend says, I don't know what to do. Well, here, near the end of the story, we find out that Katie solves her problem, but I'm not going to tell you how. It's a very simple way, though, and if you read Katie Wu, No More Teasing, you'll find out, and maybe that will help you if you're ever teased. Now, at the back of this book, it talks about the author and the illustrator, and we find out that Katie Wu is a real person, that the author, she wrote about her, she's related to her, but she says that the real Katie Wu doesn't get in as much trouble as the Katie Wu in the books. I like this book because it has the fancy words at the end, and it explains them. Words like goopy, like goopy face, and ruined, and you know I'm all about words. It even has some questions at the end that you can talk about with your mom, dad, or grandma, or somebody you care about. And it also has a website where you can go and learn some more about Katie Wu and her friends. So I think this would be an extra great book for you to check out. And then we have another old friend, Arthur. We have read many of Arthur's books on the book club. And as I was looking for books, I found out Arthur has a problem. It's called Arthur's Classroom Fib. Mark Brown is the author and illustrator of the Arthur books, and he's one of our favorite authors. What would make Arthur tell a fib at school? Well, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, I remember. His teacher wants all the students to write a story of what they did in the summer. In this picture, we see Arthur and his sister, D.W. And Arthur's having a very hard time coming up with something to write because he thinks his summer was boring and he doesn't want to write. We just stayed home, the end. So he starts imagining things that could have happened in the summer. He imagines that they went to the beach, D.W. got attacked by an octopus, and Arthur had to save her. Wow, that's an exciting story. And when all the other boys and girls tell about their fantastic summers, then Arthur will have something to tell too. But D.W., you know how little sisters are. She says, Arthur, you can't do that. That's a great big fib. You cannot do that. So what's going to happen? Is Arthur going to stand up in front of his class and read this big, fat fib? And fib is another word for lie, you know. Or will he change his mind and find some way to tell a story that's the truth? Well, let me tell you, at the end of this story, there is a big surprise that I didn't expect, and you won't either. It is so exciting, but I can't tell you. You'll have to read it for yourself. Arthur's Classroom Fib. I know you'll love it. Now let's look at this book, Jack's Worry. This is Jack. He's here holding a trumpet, and this ugly looking thing, this grayish blue blob of yuck, that is Jack's worry. Have you ever had a worry? Oh, I have. Sometimes I worry if I'm going to wear the right shoes with my outfit. Sometimes I worry if my friend Bree will like what I'm going to do. I have some worries sometimes, but Jack's worry seems to keep growing. This book is written by Sam Zapardi. That's a big word and a big last name, but it's a good book. Let me show you. Here's Jack, and he's playing the trumpet. And I like the way the illustrator shows all the musical notes coming out of the trumpet. It's almost like we can hear Jack playing, and he's excited. He's been taking lessons, probably at home and at school, on how to play the trumpet. He loves to do it. It's a talent he has, and it's really fun for him. Then what could Jack be worried about? Well, you see, it's the morning of the big day, the day that Jack is going to perform with the band on his trumpet. And he has awakened with this worry. It's like this big blob just ruining his day. When I have worries, I don't really see a big blob like that, but I feel it. It's like something is bothering me, and then I remember, oh yeah, that's it. Well, the problem with this worry is it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Here he is at breakfast. Look how big his worry is now. It's really weighing him down. You can tell the way he's sitting at the table like this. He's so worried. And it's ruining his excitement over playing his trumpet. This is his mom, and she wants to know what's wrong. But you know, Jack just can't find the words to tell her why he's worried and afraid. Could it be because he thinks he won't be good enough? Maybe he's worried he'll mess up. Maybe he's worried that he'll let down the people he wants to impress. I don't know. But sometimes I have those worries if I think I might forget when I'm going to tell a story, or if I let my mom down. I don't know what you do when you have those worries, but I find it's helpful for me to talk it over with my friend or my mom or my teacher, and somehow it makes those worries get smaller. And if I could see my worries, I bet I would see them shrink when I get some good advice from my people I love. Well, to find out what happens to Jack, be sure to pick up this book, Jack's Worry. Now we're going to take a break and check in with our friend from Tell Me a Story. I hope you come right back. Don't forget,